All right. We are doing another video that we kind of put off doing because of the unfortunate circumstances that happened on the 21st of April. Um, so things have been kind of hard for everybody, so that's why we waited so long. I'm currently in Minneapolis with Dimitri, and it's kind of not cool being here right now because we just got back from Paisley Park, and I was trying to show Steph and Cam the outpouring of love that's hanging from the fence of Paisley Park.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Because I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
While it's cool to not cool to be there because it doesn't feel like it used to.
Yeah.
I was just there back in January, and Dimitri and my other friends here in Minneapolis were just there. What was that, the 16th? So, 5 days later, everything changed. So, the feel of it now, even just standing outside the gate, it feels empty. And I was telling people that haven't Paisley Park and experienced that, even when you know he's not there, like when he was with us, when he's not there in the building or he's not in town, and you pass by the building, there's just a certain life to it.
Right.
You can tell it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's starting to get to me now. Dimitri, go ahead.
Well, it's different. And like George says, it's that feeling of emptiness. It's just like for me, it's just total. I'm still lost in shock problems, but having stood next to the brother, and then days later he's gone. I just can't fathom that. And as I posted on my personal page, it was like losing my father all over again.
I understand.
And although it's been quite some time since I lost my father, that it hit just like that.
Yeah.
But to live here in Minneapolis, you can't escape it, and it's all around you.
Yeah.
My job went purple for 3 days, totally. So that was cool, but at the same time, having to hear the music and all around the mall, that was kind of surreal. And then being that Hard Rock Cafe is right in our building, certain items may be there, so that that changed for me in an instant. That's just it's different. It's you know, unbelief still. My daughter texts me and just like I'm waiting for him just to pop up back on Twitter and say surprise.
Yeah.
But
Steph?
Yeah. It's hard being all the way down here. I'm glad you two are together at least. I don't feel like I've had the time or the chance to grieve like you guys have. Dealing with these two kids of mine and busy with work and just having to jump into that and, trying to be strong for everybody else and trying to help police the page. And, it's just, I don't feel like I've had that yet. I've had my moments of, emotional breakdowns, of course, home and in public. I'm sure we all have. But I haven't had that chance yet. I still don't feel, I don't know, because I can't do that in front of the boys right now, I can't, because I did for a little while there, and then our eldest, Dane, he lost it a few minutes after that, and I can't. I'm just having a hard time. I feel like I haven't had a chance yet, and I know it's building up, and that's why I'm worried, and we keep waiting for the date for something to be announced, because once I finally get there with you guys, it's gonna erupt, and I know it. And because it's not just yes, we've lost our big brother, but it's gonna be the chance I get to be with y'all face to face, and this isn't how it should have been because of his passing. So I don't know. I don't know. This isn't. We shouldn't be talking about this right now already. We should be talking about summer plans. We should be talking about the rest of the show dates. We should be talking about, the record store online still. We should be trying to, everything has come to a halt. I don't know. I can't really say too much more. I don't know. Cam?
It's been one of the hardest weeks of my life.
Yeah.
The moment that when I saw those words, "Friends dead at 57," I froze. It was the exact same kind of reaction I had when my grandfather died.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you have got to be kidding me. We just saw each other. Mm-hmm. How the hell is this even possible? And what hurts so much is that, we knew full well he wasn't done yet.
Right.
This is just too soon. We should not. I mean, I'm gonna echo Stephanie here. There was too much that was still happening that had no business not happening.
Yeah.
The man was still upbeat. I had a friend of mine who saw Prince on the 14th in Atlanta, and he said it was just an out of this world experience seeing him, on stage. He never said anything about him sounding off or looking ill or anything of the sort. So for this to be happening, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely pissed because there's so much. I felt like Prince was just getting his groove back.
Yeah.
Not like he lost it, but there was like a second wind of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And for this to come about, we were robbed. And I feel robbed right now. I feel robbed not just of the music that we were getting, but I feel robbed of my best friend.
Yeah.
That was my boy right there, and I miss him like nobody's business. And I want him here. Even if he didn't make music, I just want him here.
Yeah,
And I'm just disgusted,
it hurts.
along with being unbelievably sad. I've been sad the whole damn week. Yesterday was the only day I didn't cry.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I tried to not call you yesterday. Trust me.
yeah. Well, I'm like 5 minutes, I'm fine. The next 5 minutes, I'm a wreck. It's just a roller coaster. It hurts. This
Yeah,
hurts so
today
bad.
was my today. I
Yeah.
said it. I cried on the city bus. I wept on the city bus today.
For me, this hurts more than Michael. I don't
Oh,
know
way
how to
more than Michael.
explain it to you. I don't know how to explain it to you. It just, I don't know.
No, I
Defending
get
from
it.
all these years. Why do you like Prince? And those. This just hurts so bad.
Okay.
And I hate that I'm not there with y'all. But I don't think I'd be ready to be there anyway. I can't.
It's
I keep
okay.
saying I'll wait for the memorial, but I don't know. I don't know. And we've spent all these years defending him to people who don't get it. And now, even in his passing, I feel like I'm still having to do that.
Now some.
Now it's another reason why it's not even about the music. It's like what we were talking about earlier, which I really don't want to delve into too much because that hurts even worse.
Now it's about trying to defend his legacy,
Exactly.
and we shouldn't have to be doing that yet.
No.
No. No. No. No. No. This is just wrong. The whole damn thing is just wrong.
It's just too hard to accept. I can't accept it.
You were going to say about it, the impact of something.
Steph was she had mentioned Michael Jackson, but that was tragic just as well. But the impact of Prince's death is just it's on a whole different type of level.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, but I don't remember death being this um the outpour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's much more than that was.
I know a lot of people. I mean, Michael's death hit me hard too, because I was a big Michael Jackson fan when I was real little, before I got into Prince.
Yeah.
Same here.
But I never seen Michael live, and a lot of people said, "Man, if you took Michael's death this hard, what's going to happen when Prince passes?"
We've
I said,
touched
"Well,
on it before. We've poked fun at each other, before how it would be,
I used to tell
it was
people
either
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
I used to tell people if Prince that ever dies, I'm gonna have to be committed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a basket case. I may not need to be committed, but I've been a basket case.
Mhm.
I've had people call me. I had someone call me last week and say, "You look like you need to eat." I said, I was like, I didn't think I looked like that over this, but the picture I put up of me, I did look like hell. I looked like hell. So, you know. I just finished crying when I took that picture. It was a picture of me in a purple shirt. I just finished crying when I took the picture. The tears weren't even fully out of my eyes. And then when I put the phone down, I cried again.
Yeah. And and I know it's hard for Dimitri, sure, because I mean, like what she was saying about this being harder than Michael. Dorothy had interaction with Prince.
We had such personal investments in Prince. In one way, shape, or form. I mean, we're all tied to the MPG Music Club Rebirth group, for crying out loud. If that's not investment enough, I don't know what is. And then just the way in which we talked about Prince on our individual pages, and that so many people thought about us when Prince passed because of how devoted we are to Prince. That tells you how committed we've been and still are to the man, because we believe in this man's work and in his legacy because of what he's done to us in our lives throughout the last 20, 30 some years.
Yeah.
That's why it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know life without this man.
Exactly.
This man has been a part of my life since I was 4 years old.
Just the womb.
I
Yeah.
It just hurt. It hurts. Yeah. This is not. No. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Mm-mm. We're supposed to be doing our foursome videos about, I got my chance to go see the Hit and Run thing, and let's do our review. What about this new protege he's got coming out and doing our review? We shouldn't be doing this type of video already, 57 years old. It's nonsense.
I could expect it. I could expect it 10 years from now.
Yeah.
15, 20. When we were already a men that's seen them, all four of us together, not coming together this soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Some bullshit. Pardon my language.
That's right.
So what are our hopes about the memorial then? What are we...
There is one.
Exactly.
That I don't know. I haven't heard anything else other than it's looking like sometime at the end of the month.
I had heard July originally.
Are you kidding?
I've heard July too.
Yeah, that was from Sheila.
I
thought Sheila said the end of the
month. Oh my God, that's hard.
And I heard Sheila say the end of May. I can't see them pushing it out to July.
That's far. I just hope that I can make it.
I hope you can too. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Love and condolences to the family and everybody who's involved with it. But y'all had y'all's memorial, quick and fast, and I feel we're just left dangling. The fans need something, and we need something soon, or at least something needs to be announced to pacify us. Something, please give us something soon. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because it's like hell, and you guys got to get together and have your time, and that's great. We love you. We support you on all that, and, condolences, like I said, but, we got to grieve, too. We need to see each other, and we need to make plans, and we need something. Some bit of information, and we need it soon.
I know there's a lot of speculation going around about stuff, and like we've all said on our music club group, um, I'll just reiterate real quick.
Mhm.
They were we are not going to post anything unless it's official information,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
we don't want anybody to post anything that's hearsay
Yeah.
Or
or
speculation.
speculation.
Yeah.
TMZ entertainment. I mean, because it's hard enough not knowing anything, and so we'll stick to just posting stuff that's official, that's coming out official from like the Carver County Sheriff's Office,
Yeah.
medical examiner.
Right.
As that information comes out. Everybody's forming their own opinions and coming up with their own theories and stuff, and everybody's welcome to do that. We're doing that, but it's not something that needs to be discussed on the page.
Yeah, I agree. Co-sign that.
I co-sign to that too. We just have to be me for sure. Just me aware of what's going on the page so that I know what when I see it happening, be like nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's happening. It's happening on the page.
Shout out to our members and everybody who's on the page. We've gotten up to 10,700 plus, and so far, all of you have been amazing. Most, we haven't really had to have any, disputes settled. Nobody's been, like that. Everybody's been so loving and coming together. And that's a tribute to our big brother. He brought us all together. We're all of one same heart, and I'm so proud of our members. I really am. And even if we have had to try to, maybe say a little something here and there, everybody's been so quick to say, okay, cool, gotcha. I'm so thankful and proud to see how they are. So we see you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. We see y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody too. We've grown a lot. I don't remember exactly what year I started that page, but I appreciate everybody. I appreciate y'all for helping me out with it.
Yeah. Well, I know what. Dorothy, why don't you tell us about yesterday?
No.
So yesterday,
Okay.
at the junior high school that Prince went to, Bryant Elementary, or Bryant Junior High.
Mm-hmm.
It's now Sabathani Community Center, and they had a block party, and I helped volunteer along with my friends Nancy and Denise and Samantha and Kathy and anybody else we know? Who else? I'm missing somebody. No one.
Well, if they jumped on your live stream, they saw it.
Stephen. Sorry, Stephen. So, and Danny was there too. Was she volunteer? Did she volunteer?
No, she came late.
Oh.
She came late, and then I just pulled her in.
Gotcha. Anyway, we were all there, and we were basically supposed to be there for crowd control. See, crowd control. But it was a lot of people, and I live streamed for a while. The last couple of hours, we basically were just outside partying with everybody,
Dancing around.
so for the last hour or so, I live streamed on Facebook. So the videos are up there on my page, just in case y'all want to see it.
Lost Cam.
And Sound Blackness ended the show with an amazing performance of I don't know, 5 or 6 songs, and Purple Rain was one of them, and that kind of did me in.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm trying to get Cameron back in here at the same
I'm
time.
texting him too.
We're good.
Fine, thanks.
All right, Cam should be back with us in a minute.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. So they had DJ out there playing some Prince's music. They had a couple of local artists, local to Minneapolis area, play, and it was pretty cool. They had a bouncy house out there for the kids, and food and face painting, all kinds of stuff out there. Basically just a big community event. And I mean, there was no trouble or anything like that, so crowd control just became easy. All we really had to do was everybody went where they were supposed to go. There was only a couple of like medical issues. One guy just was dancing too hard, and
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him.
Yeah,
He did his thing.
And he ended up fainting. I don't know exactly what happened, but he passed out a little bit. He needed an inhaler, I guess, and an ambulance, and they got him up and out of there. But it was cool. Like I said, I went into the crowd to kind of help make sure that everybody was clearing a path, and the people had already locked arms to make sure people stood back. So I'm like, they got this.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a celebration of life. And pretty much knew that it was going to get to me at some point. So most of the day I was inside.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't hear the music. And when I came outside, it started to get to me a little bit, so I went back inside.
Yeah.
And Flavor Flav showed up. I don't know where he came from, but he was there.
Wow.
I don't think he wasn't there for very long. He just kind of popped in and popped out. By the time we came in or went outside to go see, he basically went on stage and kind of got everybody hyped up and said a little bit about Prince and how much he loved him and everything, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was a cool all day kind of event.
I'm glad you went though. I know you were a little apprehensive about it at first, but I'm glad you went.
Yeah. There's been a few things going on out here that I've taken part in and wasn't sure. First one was my first visit to Paisley Park since all this, and Dimitri can attest to my breakdown then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't even sure about coming out here.
Yeah.
Because I just knew that it was going to be hard to be here.
Yeah.
I was just here in January and everything was fine.
Right.
And I just seen him and everything was fine, and he played and it was an amazing show. I had already put those shows top of the list. That's how fine it was.
Hey, Cam.
I'm back. I'm so sorry, everybody. This
Stephanie's eating
computer
it.
is just not being my friend. My apologies.
Then think of how
Yeah.
we felt. We just saw him on Saturday. Were you there on Saturday?
Yeah, like you said, I
Yeah,
stood
yeah.
right next to him and talked to him.
Yeah.
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 So,
Walking to him.
I mean,
Jesus.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so January was Cameron's first
Yeah.
time being out at Paisley Park.
I'm so glad you
And-
went, Cam. Oh, I'm so glad you went.
I'm so glad I did too, because I was telling people in the last couple of days with that, when I saw that he finally was letting people know that he was doing something there with a little bit of time to prepare, and it was on a day that I had off. I knew, I was like, this is a now or never moment for you. You better go. It was in my spirit. You need to go, and I'm so glad I listened. It was
Yeah.
worth all the money, and I spent a lot of money, but it was worth every single cent I paid.
There you go.
Prepare, let alone to be there, because who knew that this would happen? But even without it, it was just a moment of a lifetime that I would never forget as long as I live.
And I mean, y'all remember how I was tell somebody about those shows. I get emotional about the show, and especially the first one, because
First show.
That told the
Our
story.
first show.
it was a life timeline that he gave us. And for me to try to explain that to people, because it was such a genius thing that he did on that stage that night, the way that he did it, and then
Really?
pouring out his life and heart, and like he'd never done that before. Those were the first of the piano on the mic shows, and those were probably the most.
That for that to be the last performance at Paisley.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
as emotional as I would get trying to talk about those shows, who knew
Right.
that it was going to end up being that?
Last.
And he, like I said, the shows were emotional for us. Hearing him go through those stories and those songs and everything that he went through. But it even got to him.
Yeah.
He would break down too. And ironically enough, it was right after David Bowie had just passed.
Yeah.
So when he mentioned David Bowie, he had to take pause because it got to him too.
2016 sucks.
And we've been saying that since the first day because we've been losing so many people this year, and we just never thought that.
Yeah.
Never could have seen it coming.
No.
We never could have seen this coming.
Not from reports
and that's
of
what's made it.
This. No.
Yeah, and that's why I have people who've come to me and have said they're not even big Prince fans like that, but yet it's gotten to them.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I've had people who are bigger Michael Jackson fans, and they said Michael's death didn't hit them the way Prince's did. But my God, I mean, what do you say about to this? You know, it's just so.
It hurts. It just hurts. It's so abrupt, and we don't have anything answered, and it just hurts.
It's not right.
No, it's not.
It's not right at all. It's not right. Sorry.
It's all right.
Not right.
You said it right, Cam. I feel so ripped off. You're right.
We were given a bum deal.
Yeah.
I've always,
Cam.
in so many ways, for so many years, I've always felt like Prince has been given the short hand of the stick in terms of appreciation, in terms of how people view him, and I dare say to some degree even it's happening even now. We talk about how many albums this man has made and how prolific he is, but all people focus on are about 5 hit songs.
1983 and 84, yeah.
They're stuck mainly between 82 and 84, and I just think it's such a huge disservice to this man.
Yes.
And the legacy that this man has made. I wonder, will any of his past works after 1984 or 1987 or whatever ever get any kind of love and appreciation? Just because they weren't commercial enough doesn't mean that they didn't hold any kind of worth and value.
Right.
And that hurts too. That's always hurt me, even with him being well alive. It felt like people were treating him like he was dead already.
Yeah.
That's how I always felt, and to know that it's really real pisses me off. That man deserved better than that. We deserve better than that.
Well, we talked about that for years. And me and Cam,
absolutely. I know we've had one-on-one conversations about that.
Yeah. We just didn't think it was going to be this soon, that we were going to be watching it happen. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, when Michael passed, it hit me hard. And people were wondering, like, when Prince's time comes, what are you gonna do? And like I said, I knew that it was gonna hit me hard, but at that time, 7 years ago, ironically enough,
how about that?
Ironically enough, when Michael passed, we were together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And fast forward.
Here we are again.
Wow.
Mm.
That's the same case with a friend of mine. His name is Richard, and we were together around the weekend of Michael passing. And then when Prince died, I was with him the day he died.
Mm.
So I get it. Get it.
But it was just different. It hit me hard, but see, and I thought, it feels like I lost a family member then too. However, I've seen
This
Prince
feels
a number of times, and I've had little interactions here and there over the year with him,
Yeah.
and then people think, well, maybe it hits you this hard because you met him and you spent time with him. I think it would have hit me just as hard
Yeah, exactly.
if I hadn't. But
absolutely.
maybe it did hit deeper because of that. I'm sure it did, because there was a little bit of a rapport with him after that. And some people like to say that it was what you want to call it, but um, I've always,
All right. It's all right.
I've always, I've always referred to him as my brother.
Yep.
So it hurts.
I have no problem saying that in a lot of ways his death hit me more than anybody else's that I even knew.
Yeah.
Because he was that close to I made him that close to me. Because even if his music wasn't saying anything of any significant value, it meant the world to me. The funk and the sound of it all, and knowing that that was something that I could just grab on a hold of, no matter how great my world was or how rotten my world was. It
Yeah.
was there. That was like a security blanket for me. And to know that I won't hear anything brand spanking new from him. I'm not even thinking about the vault. I'm thinking of new, of Hit and Run Phase 3, let's say.
Yeah.
That's devastating to me. That was my cousin, my whatever I called him, but he was family to me.
Mhm.
I'm thankful that my friends recognized that with me. No one has tried to put me down or anything, at least not to my face, about this. And for that, I'm thankful that they've respected them.
Mhm.
But still, it hurts. I can't recall being this torn up over anyone for this period of time. Oof.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even my grandfather, I bounced back relatively quickly.
Same.
But this right here, but it wasn't shocking with him.
Yeah.
This was shocking.
That's what it is. When you kind of picture it in your head sometimes. You kind of prepare yourself for a grandparent's passing, or my grandfather passed in 2010.
Mine too.
And actually he passed April 22nd in 2010. So I've had a
Oh.
very hard couple of days last week, and I mentioned that to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Even at that time, though, I knew it was imminent with him, and that's what I said earlier. With Prince, nothing was imminent, especially after talking to you guys who said, Dimitri especially, just saw him. You physically stood there next to him. I don't know. I couldn't prepare myself for this. I couldn't.
This is a nightmare.
It is.
I've said it
Nightmare.
since it started. This is a nightmare, and I want it to end. And I feel like I'm trapped in a box that I can't get out of.
And I keep telling you guys, we keep taking it apart, and we keep making ourselves sick and more upset over it.
It's hard not to when you
I know.
have no answers or nothing, and it makes no sense.
None at all.
With the little bit of information
Nothing
that
at
we have, it makes no sense. There's
none.
no clear cut reason. No.
Here we go.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, I don't.
Were you gonna say something?
No, earlier Ken was talking about how it kind of parallel with the grandfather. I often say that even though my father was around in my household, and raised me, but I often say that Prince raised me.
Mm-hmm.
That man was the soundtrack to my life.
Absolutely.
And so
Mine too.
that's why the piano microphone show back in January, I mean, I literally saw my whole life go before me as he did. And it was special when it was a trip, and then to to process it now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I have yet to say anything on my page, so I'm sure a lot of people are wondering how I'm doing. I know a lot of people have been asking. Can see how I'm doing. It's kind of been a roller coaster, especially since I came out here. I didn't come out for the first few days. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because there was a flood of people that came, and it was too much. There's a lot of people that was at Paisley Park and First Avenue, and just it's too much. So I came at the end of the weekend so I think that worked out for me, and I really came in hopes that there would be a memorial already, but obviously we're waiting on that. So I don't know yet what my plan is about timeline for being here or whatever, figuring that out. Anyway, I appreciate everybody's messages and concerns, and well wishes and encouraging words.
Yeah.
Um, on one hand, it is nice to get that, and everybody says you're the first person that I thought of.
Yeah, exactly.
But with each message that I read,
It was nice.
yeah, with each message that I read, it just makes me cry all over again. Really, because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like another reminder of the situation, I guess. I don't know. Thank you anyway, though. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's helpful, but not. I don't know.
No, I remember. Lord knows
You know.
that day when everything was happening, I was getting my phone was on fire, and it got to a point between phone calls and posts being tagged with my name on it. I just wanted to throw the phone to the ground and say, "Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah.
I know what's up. You don't have to remind me." It was just, I was already crumbling, and in some cases, it made me want to crumble some more.
Yeah.
Your
But they
Cam,
meant well.
your audio is off from your video,
Uh-oh.
so you look a little crazy.
I've been having a hard time all damn night, so I'm not surprised. How about now?
You all right? You're all right.
Well,
Glad
on
we
this,
can get a laugh out of this.
thing, yeah. Anyway, like I said, coming out here has been, I think, a little bit helpful. Being around other fans that get it,
Yeah.
you know, we get to laughing and stuff, and then the next minute we're crying.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really healthy or not, but
I think so. I mean, why not? I mean, you need to be. It's great to have people who truly understand where you're coming from. You know, I mean, like you said, for you, you haven't posted much on your page. I've been using my page as therapy.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'm speaking out whatever is to mind, and you know, I am mindful of what I say, but at the same time, I am not going to sugarcoat anything about how I feel either. I'm going through it. I'll even let you see that I'm going through it. You know, I've shown a couple pictures, and I have not smiled, and I typically do. But that's where I am, and I've been accepting it.
I've wanted to say something, but I just didn't. I haven't had the words for it.
Yeah.
Oh, totally understood. It's everyone deals with it differently. You know, you're not doing anything abnormal.
I've said very little.
And like just like doing this video, we have wanted to do the video, but for me personally, I've dreaded doing this video.
Yeah.
Because I knew talking about it was going to bring more tears.
Yeah.
Which was not abnormal at all for what's been happening over the past week, more than a week now. But I mean, I hadn't been on video with you guys in a minute.
A long time.
It's been
But
a while.
the last time we did a video, it wasn't anything like this. We were
Prince
happy.
saying about anything Prince not sad.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
maybe a song will bring out that emotion, but not to the point where it's like, oh my God, like that.
Yeah.
Even a bad decision, a decision you've done has made you go, what? It wasn't to this point.
Mm-mm.
Never.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I mean,
No.
I've gotten, like I said, a lot of messages from people that probably themselves can't understand, but
Mm.
at least they know how much he meant to me. Means I won't even say that in past tense because he still does.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so I think people get the impact that he had on my life and in people's lives in general. So I like I said, I do appreciate that. Um, and I was told that I got a sympathy card from the staff at the school that I worked at. Um,
That's awesome.
so I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thank you to them too. Um, I I mean, trying to think if there's anybody else that I need to shout out. I think that's all. There's others, but I'll leave them nameless
Yeah.
for specific reasons. But
Blame our
anyway,
head, not our heart. we remember everything. It's just hard to
mm,
remember right now.
um, I don't know. I don't think there's much else that can be said without more tears flowing.
Yeah.
Um, unless anybody else has something to add. Cameron,
Nothing more to add.
Stephanie.
I don't know what we can say now. I will say that the page isn't going anywhere. You know, we're still active. We're still supporting each other. We still want to spread the good word. We want to educate people about our big brother and his music and his walk with the Lord. We still have that responsibility on us as, his army. That doesn't
Mm,
stop. It's more so now. Um, Thank you to everybody who checked in on me too, friends, family. Dwayne's kids had a spring band concert the Friday after. Our big brother left us, and that was one of the hardest nights of my life. To have to put on a brave face for them and get through that and play hostess, and that was very hard. And he had the kids dressed in purple, and they surprised me. And that's where it goes from here. It's the next generation of these young kids coming up who had no idea of how wonderful a man that he was, not just a musician, but the man.
That's something that
Well, to see the kids do that, and I don't know if they'll get a chance to see this video, but because I didn't really get to address it that night because it was too hard. I had to keep ducking into Dwayne's office to cry.
that's something that I'm glad has started to surface. I know Prince didn't want the recognition and the accolades for his charity work and his humanitarian work, but I'm glad that people are speaking up on that now because a lot of people didn't realize what he really did with not just his own community that he grew up in, but communities across the United States.
Yeah.
And possibly overseas, really, for all we know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to
but
Van Jones for the interview he did with on CNN,
yeah,
where he
I'm,
talked about that.
I'm really glad that Van spoke up on that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
that was.
and that's basically what he said too, is that Prince didn't want people to know, and it's what a lot of people have said, that he would give donations, and his only thing that he would ask of them is that they never said who it came from.
You're right.
And that speaks to uh, his character,
Mm-hmm.
and his humility, because you're not supposed to do stuff for people and want recognition and want accolades for stuff like that. That's not what you do it for. You do it because you have the means to help somebody,
Exactly.
and you have the want to um, to make things better for people. And he definitely had the means to do that. So he did a lot. And I knew that he did stuff, but I didn't know that he did so much.
Yeah.
So um, that's just one more thing to add to the list of why I'm proud to be a Prince fan.
Exactly.
Proud of him. And
Absolutely.
we all knew that there was always these ideas of him that he wasn't a great guy and whatever. And I'm sure everybody's got their quirks, and every genius, of course, has got their quirks. But you strip all. He's an imperfect human that still had a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
And more people said there was more good to him than bad, especially
Right.
in the last several years. Even people who had something negative to say in the past, in some cases, were coming back and having good things to say.
Yeah.
Recently, and this is before April
Exactly.
21st.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that people can change if it's in that situation, a case like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that real quick too.
I do want to say something. I do want
Go
to,
ahead.
if I may. I want to say thank you to all of my friends and family who reached out to me. That love and support meant so much. I've said it on my page, but I don't think it can be said enough in terms of the respect that's been shown to me in regards to how much Prince meant to me, and all my friends who I've been able to, who have made time to check up on me, whether on the phone or in person. Those times meant a lot too. So I just wanted to say on here, a gigantic thank you
Mm-hmm.
for that, because I really needed it, and still do. I still need it. I can't lie. I need it.
Yeah. We check in on each other at
That's
all times of the day. We're always
yeah.
texting each
And
other.
and to all three of you too. I mean, you guys, we've gotten so close in the last year or two,
Yeah.
and this friendship has meant everything to me.
Yeah.
And I've told people about y'all.
Yeah. Same here.
And for a moment like this, I thank God we were together even when that situation happened. In the
Mm-hmm.
moment it shook form. And y'all are my brothers and sisters for life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm getting emotional again. Yeah.
Oh, I like to thank all y'all, and the day that it happened, my three of my four older children called me immediately to check on Daddy. Um, and then I had some people check on me at work. I had numerous family members call me or text me to make sure I was okay. And then a lot of my followers slash fans have reached out. It's a day by day process, and something that you know, I'm not ready to deal with, but yet I have to. And don't think I really have grieved as yet, probably because I just can't bring myself to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Do that.
Um, in a minute.
It seems like I'm always the one to have to call and text Dorothy when there's a passing, and I'm so tired of having to do
Oh my! Every time somebody dies, it's Stephanie that has to let me know.
Mm,
Phone.
this.
all right.
Okay. I have one more thing to say, but I'm trying to get it together.
Okay.
Um, it would take hours for me to sit here and try to explain to the world why Prince meant so much to me. Um, so I'm not going to do that. If you don't get it, then you probably will never get it.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
And I
That is
don't
the
care.
truth.
Um, if it wasn't for him, though, I would have never met any of the people that I consider my best friends.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
First is Julie. I met her back in 1997, I think. Initially online at AOL.com on Paisley Park chat room. Oh my
Shout
God.
out to Julie right quick. We're thinking of you.
Julie. Julie's my boo. That's what I call her. And when I met her in person, it was at Paisley Park in the basketball court. Right after I took a picture on Prince's graffiti bridge bicycle. We've been tight ever since. Stephanie, what year did I start talking to you? 2002?
Girl, I was at North Texas. We were in the chat room. God, 2001, 2002.
Yep, MPG Music Club.
Yep.
We have yet to meet in person. We can't get it.
The stars haven't aligned in that way yet for that to happen.
Unfortunately, because we should not be meeting after Prince.
Yeah.
This one.
It's our big brother there.
6, right? 3121?
The Rio.
At the Rio in Vegas. I got on stage that night, didn't I?
You did?
First time on stage. And then there's Cameron. I don't even know what year I started talking to you. You're the most recent though, I believe. We probably talked during the
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember when Dorothy
we hit it off.
Yeah, I remember when she contacted me about putting you on as admin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I said, what do you think of this Cameron?
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good admin. Yeah. Then the Minneapolis
And that
crew.
scared me.
No, yeah, he was pretty.
I'm scared of it. I was like, I'm used to just saying my piece and calling it a night. I gotta help regulate people. But it's been so rewarding, and I've gotten to know and getting to know you guys has been just a joy.
Yeah.
It really has been.
Appreciate your help, Cam.
Thank you. Thank you for helping
Especially
me.
last week. Stephanie, thank you.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. And then since the contest happened, I met these Minneapolis folks, these crazy Minneapolis people. They just flipped me off over here. I've met a lot of amazing people.
Yeah, we have.
But I'm the best.
Nancy thinks she's at the top of the list.
I am. She
I heard
rise.
that.
Everybody's in there. I don't know. I just the opportunity to get to meet all y'all. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't for him.
Still doing good. Maybe
Yeah.
water
Check.
for you.
Okay, cool.
I'll clear.
Sorry, we're wrapping it up at Perkins.
I do get
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Just
Oh.
Appreciate that, Patrick.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
We didn't expect that, but totally appreciate it.
Stuff.
I can't see
Besides
you.
that,
Shout out to Patrick. He just took care of our check.
take with you.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can take this to go, right?
I'll get one for you.
I'll
Yeah,
take
do
mine
that.
to go.
I'll get fresh ones for you today.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Patrick at Perkins.
that's why we love you, Patrick.
He's
Waiter for the Minneapolis people here now for the last year.
yeah.
Like after the shows, he's taking care of like up to 50 people at a time by himself.
He's awesome. And he said he doesn't know when he's gonna see us again, considering. So he took care of us.
That's awesome.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good people do exist still.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Anyway, while I still have it together, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
So I just want to take time to let y'all know that everybody that's my closest crew is because of Prince, and just he's always said, knowing if you want to know him, listen to his music. So that I think is why we feel so close to him, and why I've always just called him my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean that should say it all right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And those last shows, well, this tour, the way he was doing this tour, always brought me back to a few years ago when he would always, whatever song it was that he was singing, I don't know if it was anyone in particular, but he would sing and then he would ask the audience to sing.
Mm-hmm.
But he would say, I showed you my heart, now you show me yours.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much what he did the last show that we saw. So we lost Cameron.
Right at the end, he falls out.
He just
This poor dude, he's gonna be so mad. Oh,
he's gonna come back cussing.
yeah, he is. Turn the volume down because Perkins don't need to hear that again.
Anyway, so I guess all we can say is thank you to Prince for showing us his heart.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Take drums if you take
Thank you.
thank you so much.
it.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, he's gonna get a tip. Patrick's gonna get a good tip.
Good.
Yeah. So that's all I got. I will continue to pray for the Purple Army, and let's continue to hold each other up in prayer. And
Yeah.
that's all we can do for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So love that.
Love you guys.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we can continue to do some videos and stuff down the line, but we'll take it as it comes, and we'll see.
Yeah, I think for right now, the foursome needs a break. After tonight, we need
quite a while, I think, before
we break.
we get ourselves.
Give us a chance to collect our thoughts and where we want to go from here.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We're not done.
No, we're not. We're not going to let everything.
It ain't over.
It ain't over. It ain't over. We gotta school these young ones. And
one more point. He a lot of people keep coming forward and talking about what Prince has taught them, and I've been saying over the last few years he's been in mentoring mode.
Yeah.
Really focusing on teaching younger people, whether they're musicians or whatever. And because I know that a couple people were saying, whatever he might have taught you, like we really sat down and had that kind of conversation, and we didn't. And I thought, man, but as I got to thinking about it, yeah, he really kind of did. Not in that time when I spent with him one-on-one, but he did. And so if there's anything that you can take from him, his music or whatever, use it and pay it forward.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
I'll leave that there. So God bless everybody, and like I said, keep praying for each other. Cameron, I know you just got back, but we were just wrapping it up, bro.
Yeah, I'm gotten used to this damn thing, so.
All right.
I knew I was gonna lose you once you went black. I was like, this bitch is gonna crash. Over it.
Sorry, man.
No, please. I heard most of it.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna leave it there.
All right.
Guys,
Love you.
we will talk soon.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right now. Good night.